Hello, good evening. I'm Dr. Sanyogita Nimbarkar from the Yoga Circle. So today I'm here to talk about yoga and how yoga can help us heal cancer. Okay, so it is beyond cancer, healing with yoga. So here I'm sharing the PPT. Any questions we can click. So when we say the word yoga, so when we say cancer, it's a very shocking, a very alarming, a very painful word, right? For us doctors also, anytime we have to reveal this to a member or to a patient or to the relatives, for us also it is very disheartening and very painful to talk. I'm sure you also go through those same emotions, to that same fear. And here are a few questions I would like to ask. And I think those are very normal those are the questions which probably strike when you hear the word cancer. So, can I lead a normal life after cancer? Can I get rid of all the pains, the fear? Can I tackle the stressful situation? What will be the prognosis of my disease? Will I be the same again? If I have to take care of myself, if I have to exercise, can I exercise? And can I practice yoga? So at the end of the PPT, probably you can let me know if your questions are answered in this talk. So let us understand what is yoga. I'm sure some of you must have been practicing or are practicing, but let us understand the science behind it, the thought behind it, and why we need to do and how it is going to help us. So yoga is a way of life. It is an art, it is a science and a philosophy. Basically, it is a shastra. Okay, and it is there in the traditional, it's a very old traditional technique mentioned in the Vedas also. Here we believe practicing yoga, you can always turn things around. You can always come back to normalcy. So, understanding more about yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is the union of body and mind, using breath as a tool to work on the 5 wonders of awareness. Okay, awareness is something which will help us to stay in the present and help us tackle ourselves better. So our body is made up of various sheets, 5 sheets. This is the yoga philosophy. So what are those 5 sheets? The Annamaya Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, the Manomaya Kosha, the Jnanamaya Kosha, and the Anandamaya Kosha. Koshas are what? Sheets, you can say layers that the body is made up of. Let us see them individually. When we say it's the Annamaya Kosha, we are talking about the physical body, the body that we see. Those are your bones, your muscles, your skin, your organs. Whatever you see with your eyes is that it depends on the food and the nutrition that we take in. All right. So that is why food and nutrition play a major role in the development of the body. Then is the Pranamaya Kosha. The Pranamaya Kosha depends on your good breaths. Okay, it is responsible for your circulatory system and your lymphatic system. Then we have the Manomaya Kosha. The Manomaya Kosha covers the aspects of your thought, which covers the nervous system. The Vijnanmaya Kosha covers the intelligence of the body. It responds to the intuitional power that one can hold. And last is the Anandmaya Kosha. That is the blissful body, a pure body, a radiant body. That is something which we all want to achieve. So how do we approach these bodies? Okay, all of us can respond at different levels, at different times to different practices. We have to be mindful to know what suits us the best. Talking about the first, the Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. What is the body? Like I said, what you can see. And when it comes to patients, for us, it is more than seeing, it is what we experience in the form of symptoms. Whatever the physical symptoms your body can be simple body ache, fatigue, heaviness, breathlessness, indigestion, bloating, gas, nausea, vomiting, acidity, palpitation, skin itching, swelling, just to name a few. The N number of symptoms, I'm sure we may face. So how can we handle these symptoms? We can handle them by practicing asanas. So when we say asanas, it's not necessary you have to do complicated asanas. Simple asanas can help you build a good physical body. So when it comes to asanas, all asanas are built around the spine. So let us understand a little bit of the spine. We say the spine decides the age of a person. If your spine is healthy, you are young at age. What does the spine do? The spine holds your posture. It gives a good structure and good support. Right? There is a lot of information since it has nerves passing from the brain to the body and from the body to the brain. It is passing a lot of information to and fro. The spine also allows movements, right? Movements in all the directions, forward direction, your back direction, your twist, your side bending, everything is around the spine. And that's why we need to have a healthy spine. The spine, the Merudanda. So we will see a few asanas which we can practice easily, which will help us to keep our spine active. Okay. So there's something called as spinal breathing. Now we need to understand, for us, movement is medicine. Okay, the more we move in a correct manner, the better it is going to take care of our ailments. So when we say spinal breathing, it is different movements coming from the spine, which will not only give you a strong posture, but it'll also give you a good posture. What does a good posture means? Means you are using your muscles and not your joints to take care of your standing, your sitting, your lying down. It matters. It matters how you stand, how you sit, how you lie down, how you pick up things, how you move around, how you sleep also. If you move correctly, using the muscles and not the joints, you save yourself from various aches and pains that come naturally in the body. So, now, sometimes we may be having knee issues and we don't want to be on the floor. So there are asanas, all the practices that can be done sitting on the chair can be done very effortlessly to get the benefits. You can use props like cushions, bolsters, walls. We have yoga bells, using different props to help us practice these asanas. Asanas give us good mobility. They help us to work on the flexibility and also on the strength of the body. Okay, let us see them one by one. Like we said, movement is medicine. So we need to be mobile, especially post-operative members. We know there is a lot of heaviness in the chest, stiffness in the shoulders. We don't want to raise the hand up. But if you're not going to do movements, we are going to lose that ability to raise the hands up, right? It comes either use it or lose it. Your muscles, your brain, everything follows this funda, use it or lose it. So if you're not going to use your muscles, you're going to gradually lose the mobility, the flexibility, and the strength. Okay, so that is why we say movement is medicine. And what you're seeing on the screen are simple practices that can help you mobile well. Along with that, will also, now the first picture that you see, it's just a simple side bend. It removes all the stiffness that is coming, settling down in the shoulders. And then again, the same movement to open up your shoulders well, and so that you can not even breathe well, not only breathe well, but also mobile, especially the upper part of the body. Then there are practices, asanas, which can be done to release backache, like simple forward bend. Now, if you have a very sensitive lower back, maybe you will not be able to bend all the way down. It isn't necessary. To get the benefits of the asanas, simple forward bend, say keeping your palms on the wall or on the chair, can still give you a good stretch in the back, in the spine, helping you to improve your mobility. Then we also want to work on the flexibility. So here I'm just posting pictures of few asanas that can be done easily. But there are many, many more which help you to work on the flexibility of the joints. And along with that, now the first picture that you see is Pavan Muktasan. It will give you flexibility in the hips and the back. Along with that, it will also improve your digestion. The second picture again is giving you flexibility in the upper body, along with which it will improve your breathing pattern. Okay. Sitting forward bends also remove all the heaviness that is settling in the stomach, causing different digestive issues. Asanas also help to give us strength in the body. Okay, so there are chest opening asanas, hip opening asanas that recruit the muscle correctly and help you develop strength in that muscle. Okay. So when we say asanas, there are some postures which can be done individually, like I said, taking support of the props. There are some postures which are done dynamically. So there is movement. Sukshma Vyayam is movement. Now we know because of our disease, there is a lot of stiffness that is settling in the smaller joints. Maybe it your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, your knee, your neck, your ankle, your spine, your back. And because the muscles are going weak, the bones are going weak, the muscles are not holding the bones and the joints properly. Again, whenever there is pain, we try to avoid movement, right? But then now that we know movement is medicine, we will move very slowly, very softly, very gently around the smaller joints to create mobility and to allow there's a lot of liquid around the joint. So you want that liquid to flow freely. So then there is no stiffness. So Sukshma Vyayam is one kind of an exercise which allows to remove stiffness and pain from your small joints. It also tackles issues like arthritis, arthralgia that is caused due to the steroids. After Sukshma Vyayam, let us start Surya Namaskars. I'm sure all of you all have seen people doing Surya Namaskars on the floor, and then you feel, oh, how will I bend forward? How will I be on the belly? How will I do these? Surya Namaskars can be easily done sitting comfortably on the chair. And still you get all the benefits of Surya Namaskars. Surya Namaskar are 12 postures where you are inhaling and exhaling alternately, allowing yourself to breathe better, improving your circulation also. So it's not only working on your breaths, it's working on your circulatory system also. Very important for us, it is working on the lymphatic system. We know the lymph, the fluid that is flowing freely in the body. If we do not move, it starts to accumulate. If there is infection in the body, it starts to accumulate in the nodes, and then we have lymphedema, the swelling of the nodes, right? But movements like these help that liquid to flow freely in the body, and it can tackle the swelling that is coming. Okay. Apart from that, it's going to work on all the systems of your body. Like I said, the respiratory, the cardiovascular, the digestive system also helps you improve your digestion, works to eliminate the gases, the bloating, the nausea, the vomiting, that sensation that you feel, even your acidity that you keep getting now and then, maybe because of the effects of the medicine. It also works on your nervous and your endocrine system and tries to bring a harmony between the mind and the body. Now, asanas was movement. We also have, to take care of the physical body in yoga, we also have few practices which we call it as Shuddhi Kriyas. Okay, these are techniques which helps you to clean the body from inside. Now they have to be done under guidance from the expert. But I'm sure most of us have seen the Jalneti when we were in COVID times, and how it has helped us to save ourselves from the deadly virus. Okay, so Jalneti is a cleansing kriya for the upper respiratory tract. Likewise, are to cleanse the internal system. Now, say because of the bombarding of the medicines or your chemotherapy or whatever toxins are getting accumulated in your intestines, in your stomach, in your liver. So these kind of cleansing techniques helps you to detoxify the body. And then there is Tratak. Tratak is more to detoxify your mind. It is a cleansing kriya for your eyes, for the optic nerve, but it's more to cleanse the mind. It gives you a lot of clarity. So whatever the brain fog that is settling in due to age or due to the disease, Tratak is an excellent practice to be done. So that was your asana practice, which was handling the body. Okay. Now let us see what do we mean by breath. So what is breath? It is not just inhalation and exhalation. It is not just oxygen and carbon dioxide. It is much more than that when it comes to yoga philosophy. So for us, breath is a bridge between the body and the mind. And we have simple yoga breathing techniques that can lead to handling various bodily ailments, regulate blood pressure, sugar levels in the body, breaks the cycle of negative thoughts. Very important, a feeling of well-being in spite of being unwell, to bring in that feeling of well-being. Vagus nerve stimulation. So vagus nerve is one nerve in the body, which when stimulates, helps the body to go into a state of rest and digest. If it is not stimulated, we are into the fear and flight kind of a mode. But if the vagus nerve is stimulated, the body goes into rest and digest kind of a mode. It also helps us to boost our immunity. So how do we work on the breath? We use breath as a tool to practice mindfulness. Okay, there are various practices which can be done sitting comfortably any time of the day, anywhere, maybe 1.5 hours post your meal, also to bring in those effects, and they are called as pranayam. So various pranayam practices. Here we have just named a few, n number of benefits. Here I've just noted a few for you to know. Kapalbhati. Like you saw, it was a cleansing kriya also. It helps us improve our metabolism. Otherwise, Kapalbhati releases endorphin hormone. So endorphin is a happy hormone. Okay, we have 4 happy hormones in the body, out of which endorphin is one, which will help to de-stress the mind. Then we have a practice called as Bhastrika. Bhastrika, where you are actively inhaling and actively exhaling. Of course, knowing your body, being at your own pace, Bhastrika is an excellent practice to improve the pulmonary function. Improving of the pulmonary function means improving your lungs, which automatically improves your heart, your brain also. Yogic breathing. So many a times we have seen members, patients who are paradoxical breathing, okay, who are reverse breathers. It's very important how we breathe. If we breathe correctly, we improve our immunity and save ourselves from various diseases. So practices like Samavritti Pranayam, yogic breathing, helps you to correct the breathing pattern, and it also activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Like we saw the vagus nerve, even the parasympathetic nervous system helps you to stay in a state of calmness. Another practice is Ujjayi. Okay, as the name suggests, Ujjayi. Ujjayi is victory, victorious breaths, which will allow you to have victory over your thoughts, over your mind over your breaths also. Then we have anti-anxiety pranayam. As the name suggests, anti-anxiety, it induces relaxation response in the body. Brahmari has proved to boost the production of nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide is essential in the body because it allows the arteries and the veins to relax, and it regulates the blood pressure. Anulom Vilom practice, the alternate nostril breathing, helps you to balance the right and the left side of your body, helps you to balance the nadis in the body. So like the body has nerves, in yoga, we call them nadis. Interestingly, pranayam practices if backed up with mudras. Okay, mudras are different hand gestures. We know we have nerve endings, and your hands have the capacity to create a strong connect directly to the brain. So there, like we have Panchakosha, we have Panchatattvas also, the 5 elements around us. Okay, and our hand gestures have correspond to those 5 elements. So you have the Agni, the air, the Varun, the Akash, the Prithvi, and the Jal. Now, depending on your body type, the expert can teach you which mudras you need to practice. So it's just different hand gestures that you can attend when you are doing your pranayam practice to not only enhance the pranayam practice, but also they benefit. It's like acupressure. They benefit in various ways to balance the 5 elements in the body. Okay. The example here shown is the Hakini Mudra. Okay, it's going to all the 5 fingers touching the other fingers. You must have seen Virat Kohli doing this and many other stalwarts doing this because it brings in a lot of positivity. Hakini Mudra can be practiced anywhere. There are many more that you can learn from the experts. Going ahead, let's talk about Kumbhak. Kumbhak is what? Kumbhak is retention of breath. When we say retention of breath, you are inhaling and holding the breath in, or exhaling and holding the breath out. In your comfort zone, whatever your body can do easily, we can start to practice Kumbhaks. Kumbhak is an excellent practice to help improve your vital capacity. The capacity of your lungs, the capacity of your heart, the capacity of your brain. It helps to improve that capacity. Okay, builds up immunity. We need to have a strong immunity as we are going through the disease. The immunity does fall. We need to keep doing such practices which build up our immunity. Okay. And enhances the body's healing capacity. So that was the breath. Okay, so we saw the body and how asanas help us to take care of the body. We saw the breath and how pranayam practices you can work on the breath. Let us see what is the mind. So what is the mind? Mind is something that we cannot see but can experience in various forms. I'll be a little quick. So various symptoms like fear, guilt, irritability, anxiety, depression, uncertainty are a few symptoms that are felt by the mind. So the mind is actually, okay, sorry. So cancer in the body, don't let it go to your mind. Okay, why am I saying this? Is because whatever we think, the body starts to accept that and starts to show that. If you're thinking pain, the body will start to show pain. And whatever the body manifests is basically coming from your mind. So there is a strong psycho, neuro, immunoendocrinological relation between your stress, your good health, and your illness. So that's the connection between the body and the mind. And we know we can use breath as a tool to tackle it. Okay. So I was reading about her, and this is Sonali Bedre, who was diagnosed with 4th stage cancer at some time of her life. Now, I was wondering, she had a very healthy life. She used to have a good diet. She used to have a good regime, exercise properly, sleep properly. And then why did she suffer from it? What I liked was the thought behind it. Instead of why me, now what can I do? Okay, how can I help myself tackle the issue? So we need to flip the script. Okay, so cancer, we need to think, to control, curiosity, courage, control over our thoughts, over our life, over our body, and work accordingly. We should have a curiosity about what is going to help us, what is going to be good for us. And yes, I know it is difficult to do, easy to say, but yes, courage to accept whatever is coming our way. So what does Bhagavad Gita say? Even in Bhagavad Gita, yoga has been explained in many chapters. Yogic concept of health. So Bhagavad Gita talks about ahar, vichar, achar, vihar. Okay, how your food habits have to be, how your thought process has to be, because what food is parabrahm. Okay, food is the ultimate this. Which are the whatever you think, we saw we're going to eat that. We need to have good rest. We need to have good recreation techniques. Okay, we need to develop good habits, good hobbies, and a good daily routine for ourselves. So which we call it as disease reversible program. Meditation. Okay, again, what happens is we forget how to rest, how to relax. The body is continuously under some stimulation of the other. We have a few practices like Yoga Nidra, which helps the body to relax. So it has been proved practicing Yoga Nidra stimulates the alpha waves in the brain. Other meditation practices are cyclic meditation, where you're meditating while you're moving continuously. And instant relaxation techniques are techniques which will help you to relax the physical body. And yes, there is chanting. So chanting of mantras, japas, om chanting, other kind of chantings. Our body responds to vibrations. Okay. And mantras and japas have a very powerful positive vibrations. Our body is, like I said, whatever we think our body is. If we start thinking pain, our body is painful. If we start thinking irritability, our body is irritable. But if we start thinking compassion, love, our body will start to behave like that. Same is with the with the effect of chanting and mantras. These vibrations at a particular frequency, at a particular resonance, if practiced regularly, have the capacity to remove the negative from the body and turn them into positive attitude. So that is the power of chanting. Okay, so nothing more than that. And I hope I have answered those questions that we started with. And I'm sure it will help us eradicate cancer. Thank you.